Hi, now we are going to see some pneumatic and electro-pneumatic components. So first we are going to see the muffler. Muffler is nothing but your silencer, your vehicles. Like this is very useful component in a pneumatic system. It is also known as a silencer. It controls the noise caused by a rabbit air exhaust to the atmosphere, which is caused mentally and fatigue to the operators. So it is installed at the exhaust port and the exhaust air passes through the series of perfected buffalo tubes. Thereby it reduces the um, noise which is coming out through due to the high velocity of air which is coming from the exhaust. Okay, so this is the graphical symbols of the muffler. Next we are going to see the air control valves. So, okay, the air control valves can be divided into directional control valve, flow rate valve and the pressure valves. So in the under the heading of the directional control valve, we have check valve, shuttle valve, two-way direction control valve, three-way direction control valve, and four-way direction control. Also, we have a pressure control valve and a flow control valve. Now we are going to see the check valve. Check valve is also called as a non-return valve. It allows the free of flow in one direction and the reverse direction it will not allow, it will stop. uh, these type of valves will be used. This is the ANSI symbol of the non-return valve. So here the ball will indicating the other direction it will close, and one direction only it will allow the air to pass through it. So here the construction wise it is given. So here it is the spring operated piston will be there. So it will allow once the air is pressurized this one, and then it is moving one direction. The other direction it will close it and it does not allow it. So next is your two-way valves. Okay, two-way valves is allow from one. This is the inlet port and this is the wherever you want to send. So it will allow only one direction. So two waves means only one way it is allowed, and other part it will be blocking that flow. So this is a spring operated and solenoid operated two-way valves. Okay. Now the two-way valves are the directional valves which send the flow from one direction to another direction or change of directions in your actuator. So here the three-way valves, there is only one outlet will be there, only one outlet will be there. You are having a inlet port which is sending from here, and then it is going to the cylinder actuators or some parts. Okay, suppose if you don't want that one, then it will be inlet port will be closed and the outlet, this exhaust port will be open. So thereby they whatever the air is coming, that will be only it is going to exhaust port and it will be stopped. So this is the uh, this one is the NISI symbol for the three-way valves. Three-way valves means one, two, three. So there are three waves are there. So one is inlet to the systems, and another one is exhaust to the systems. Either the inlet to systems will be operated or the exhaust to systems will be operated. So next is four-way valves. The four-way valves is there are instead of two, we are having one. We are having two. Okay. So one is inlet and another one is the exhaust, and there the inlet one side of the piston it is always used for a double acting actuators. So one is forwarded to the front of the actuators, and another is will be that will be exhaust whatever the air or that will be through that one, that will be going to the outlet. So exhaust port. So here the construction wise it is given. So one is opened and then it will be forwarding that air, pneumatic air to the actuators, and another similarly it is the second part, it is always it is operated by in the reversed direction of this one. So that's why it is called a four-way valves. Then shuttle valves is also used for the emergency valves. It is also called as emergency valves. It is also known as a double check valves. When control is required from more than one source power, suppose the inlet port, normally the port 1, from the port 1 it will be continuously supplied to the actuators. Now this ball will be kept here and it is be closed in this one. Suppose any default is happened in the port 1, then port 2 will supply, that will move this ball to the other direction, and it is closes, and this port 2 will be open, and this will be giving continuously. It is and also called as, that's why it is called as a emergency shutdown mode. Okay, so here it is given as a ANSI graphical symbols, which gives the indication that it is a like a shuttle valve, check valve. It is in a closed positions and it will be always in the open position. Now whenever this emergency is that, this valve will be moving and closing this port 1 and port 2 will be operated. Then next one is your quick exhaust valve. So quick exhaust valves that will be normally operated in one side. Okay, so thereby that will be operated for exhaust gas. That will be if they want to come out from the cylinder port A. So then this throttle valve is moved to the inlet port and close this inlet port, and this exhaust port will be open, and that will be moving without any restrictions. So here it is given as a ANSI symbols to this one. The next one is a pressure and flow control valves. It is regulating the pressure and only used to control the pressure of the air by supplying the reduced outlet pressure. The flow control valves controls the volume of the air. Now see there, so once the free flow of air is there, that will be passing by lifting this piston upward and passing through this way. Okay, now if the controlled flow of air is reversed, then it will be reversed in the reverse directions, and that through the port here, this there is only a port will be there. This shuttle valve is closed in the other directions, thereby it will forward only the restricted air only. So this pressure, this valve will be used whenever if you don't want that that piston or in a cylinder which will be acting in the vertical directions. So thereby this, it will not allow a mass amount of air pneumatic to the return back. It will allow only the restricted passage only. The next is pneumatic actuators. So pneumatic actuators is nothing but your pneumatic cylinders, okay, which convert the air pressure into a linear mechanical force and motions. So here we are dividing it into two types, linear and the rotary. Rotary means this is the pistons which is acting. Okay, so this is the piston rod which will be extended to carry out the mechanical force or and the motions. So whenever these pneumatic that will be acting in front of the piston will move the piston to the other sides, thereby the rod will be moving. Okay, it will carry out the mechanical, it gives the mechanical force to carry out the work, whatever work we want to done, and also it is moving this in linearly. Here it is a rotational, so the pneumatic systems will be operating and rotating only through that, only this piston is moving to carry out the mechanical and the force of them. Now we will see the various linear actuators with the ANSI symbols. Okay. Now here it is a this is a single acting cylinders. So only one directions only it will work out. The other directions and or retarding directions, that will be happen due to the spring force itself. Okay, so second one is the double acting cylinder. See there, here they are given the two acting side. So both the sides of the pistons will be acted by the pneumatic systems. This force there, that will be extended and retarded by with the help of pneumatic systems only. So cushion end of the cylinder is, so whenever this piston is moving, whenever it is moving fast, it should not hit the walls of the cylinders. So there must be a cushion, means see this outlet port is or inlet port is given this only. This will be acting as outlet port when it is a retarding position. So some amount of air will be kept inside these cylinders, thereby it does not allow this piston to move further fast, thereby it restricting. So that's why it is called a cushion cylinder. Tandem cylinder is if the cylinders and the rods are extending further, so this cylinder will be operating and it will move and it will push this cylinder further. So this extension of this will be very long. Then we are using the tandem cylinder. Dual cylinders, again this will be used only with the help of the pneumatics as well as this mechanical work. Both will be done in the dual cylinder. Double rod cylinder means on both the side, if the mechanical works to be carried out, then it is called the double rod cylinders. Telescoping means further extension, like a tandem cylinders. It will be extended, one cylinder kept inside that other cylinder, that will be extended further. Okay, then the cylinders with rotary actuators, this is given as a rotary actuators. So pneumatic for rotary actuator cylinders, it is a types of rack and pinion van. The rack and pinion actuator use the cylinder piston attached to a rack here. When actuated, the piston rack move in a linear fashion, rotating the pinion gears output shaft. Van actuators have a cylindrical chamber in which van is mounted on a central shaft. The air pressure is applied on one side of the van and forces it to rotate until it reaches the stop. So here it is given as a roller. Here it is given as a van. This van will be attached here. The pneumatic or the air pressure will be acting on this van and it will start rotating. So thereby the rack and pinion will work out. Okay, these are the video links. Thank you.